Hello and welcome to another An Old Man Watches. And today I'm going to be talking about Pitch Black from 2000. God, once upon a time 2000 was the future and now it's over 20 years ago. In any case, in this movie there's an accident in deep space which sends a starship hurtling toward a planet. As the two-person crew struggle to land safely, one of them argues that they should jettison the cargo in order to prove their own chances of survival. But the other crew member stops her, pointing out, hey, our cargo is cryogenically frozen people. You're condemning all those people to death if you eject them. So he stops her from doing it. The ship crashes, and there are about a dozen survivors in all. These include the crew member who wanted to dump the passengers, but not the one who saved them, a dangerous criminal named Riddick, and the law enforcement who finally caught him, as well as several other people. And at first, the planet that they've crashed on doesn't seem like it's too bad. There appears to have been a previous attempt to settle there, so they find shelter in an abandoned settlement, though it is conspicuously empty. Obviously, the colony didn't work out, which leaves their biggest worry as Riddick, who quickly manages to get free of the makeshift cell that they place him in. Unfortunately, the planet's benign appearance is deceiving, as the previous settlers discovered, and our cast have crashed here at a very bad time indeed. Okay, so Pitch Black is a really solid science fiction thriller. At the time of its release, I remember getting a lot of attention because people saw it as very much being new aliens, and certainly there are some obvious similarities. Humans find themselves besieged by hideous monsters in a science fiction setting. But I think Pitch Black does carve out its own identity even before its later sequels, which dramatically changed the franchise's style and focus. But, let's talk about what the film does that make me say that it's a solid film. So first off, I like that Pitch Black's monster threat operates on a single, conceptually simple principle. Stay in the light and you will be safe. Should be easy, right? Well, of course, it's not going to be that simple. The script's going to create plenty of opportunities and reasons for characters to end up in dark places. That's inevitable given the kind of film it is. But the fact that the characters aren't always able to follow this simple rule that they've been given, usually with very unpleasant consequences for them, isn't really the point here. Of course they aren't able to follow it. What would happen if they didn't? Nothing. The point is that the rule itself is a smart decision right at the core of the movie. First and foremost, because it's a visual cue in a visual medium. We watch movies and we can see if it's dark. Secondly, it's very easy to explain and understand. Stay in the light and you were safe. It's an easy concept for the characters to explain, which means you don't need lots of exposition and talk about it. And once it's established, it's very simple for the audience to internalise, simple for them to judge at any moment how much danger is lurking, and it's thematically strong. It's a smart decision that sits right at the core of the movie. Secondly, just as having a very simple core concept for its monsters is a smart play by the script, so is the nuance that it gives to the characters. Pitch Black is a film about heroes and villains, and also about how a single character need not only be one of those things. They could be both or neither, depending on the circumstances. The same person can and will make different choices in different situations. In one situation, you might see them as a hero. In another situation, you might see them as a villain. Pitch Black examines this possibility in various ways throughout its length, situating characters as a villain or a hero, and then asking us to consider, is that first impression that we got of them who the character actually is, or is it just who they were in that particular moment? And in another time and place within the movie, they might be a different person and show a different side. Is it a false impression that we got all along? It's a well executed concept, and it allows for some good character development and some interesting developments and moments over the course of the film. Lastly, there's the fact that the filmmakers, who had a reasonably modest $23 million budget, have spent their money wisely. The monsters and other effects generally executed pretty well, and just as importantly, they used effectively. There's plenty of cool sequences, but there's no spectacle for spectacle's sake. The effects serve the story, which is important when you're operating on a constrained budget. Make sure that you're spending the money on things that drive your movie forward. The sets are also solid, and then the cast delivers great value for money. Obviously, we all know that Vin Diesel was a good pick. He's gone on to headline one of the most successful action franchises in the world, as well as appearing in two much bigger sequels to this film. But at the time that this was made, he was just starting to break out, and he was far from the marquee name that he is now, and that would obviously cost a lot more money. But, it's not just about him. The rest of the cast delivers the goods too. You've got the always reliable Keith David in a supporting role, as well as a number of solid Australian actors. The movie was made here, filling out many of the other cast positions. So from end to end, the film's resources have been used effectively, and that definitely contributes to its success. So that's Pitch Black. If you don't have a problem with scary movies or with science fiction, I think it's well worth checking out. It's a well-made, well-constructed, smart little bit of movie making. Next time, a movie that I like. I've got to say, I like this film. But one way you could definitely argue that the money was spent far less effectively and sensibly. It's Disney's 1979 science fiction oddity, The Black Hole. But that's next time. In the meantime, thanks for watching this one, and I hope you enjoyed it.